Two children carried a scarecrow to the overpass, below which cars were speeding by.
Say goodbye. No!
And thus, trying to avoid it, flipped over right on the spot. The cars behind it, unable to stop in time, collided one after another. In the blink of an eye, they had caused a chain reaction car crash. Jack was terrified, his face filled with fear, but his cousin Sean had an eerie smile on his face. Afterward, the two quickly fled the scene. And just then, the police cars arrived. The two hid under a bridge arch and watched as the police cars zoomed by. Jack was panicked. He didn't understand why Sean had done this and urged him to turn himself in. But Sean said they had always been together. If they were caught, Jack would be considered an accomplice too. Looking at his cousin in front of him, Jack felt a fear he had never felt before. That night, the news reported the accident. Jack wanted to tell his aunt the truth. But just then, Sean came over to warn him. If Jack dared to speak up, Sean would claim Jack had forced him to do it. And after all, they were at Sean's house, and no one would believe Jack's words. It turned out that a few days earlier, Jack's mother had passed away from illness. His father had to leave for work, so Jack was entrusted to his aunt's care. Because Jack was always obedient and sensible, his aunt had taken a liking to him. But Sean had been watching all of this closely. He believed Jack's arrival had taken away his mother's love, and what made him even more jealous was that his sister and Jack were growing closer. So now, whenever he saw his sister, he became irritated. That night, Sean's sister came to play with Jack, but Sean grabbed her ear roughly and began to scold her loudly. Seeing this, Jack shoved Sean against the wall and told him not to bully his sister. Soon, the two started fighting. Their mother heard the commotion and rushed upstairs to check. At that moment, Sean quickly put on an innocent look, saying he was just playing a game with Jack. What they didn't know was that Sean had already begun to harbor murderous thoughts toward his sister.